Hello YouTubers, scrappers, everybody else that is watching my video contents. Scott here. So this here is wire that I pulled out of that white cot. Now I'm getting there. So this is wire I'll strip. It's thick enough to strip. I actually strip it with a long knife. Right, only if I'm out here, like look how thick that wire is there, right? That's you know, like your battery cables that run to your car battery, right? That's what that stuff is. This can also run up towards your car battery. You know, it's quite thick, all this stuff, and I've been scrapping that out of a night time. So some of you know what I do, some of you get told. Yeah, if I'm on one of the chat sites, I always say I'm stripping out copper wire. That's what I'm doing. I am just slicing the knife along, right, slice it along, and once I get to the end I just peel the copper up and then just pull the two apart from each other. So I slice it all the way along from one end to the other and then pull the copper out. Now, I don't know, you'll have to go through either the last video or the video before that, the one that's 25 minutes long, and you'll see all that wire that's hanging out of that cot. Now, I've done a fair bit again, and it hasn't even been a month. It's been, what, I'm not sure, about 10 or 11, 12, 13 days, something like that, 14 days. So, there's the cot. Remember all that spaghetti that was hanging over the side? I mean, you know how much wire that was? My God, that was heaps. And that was also inside the cot, right? Plus there was another one of those black motors, you know. So I stripped him out, stripped him down, and copper's in the bin, and the motor's actually probably gone because I've done a HMS load too. So, yeah. I got that big motor down there. I've got a strip yet. There's some more wires and some more motors, you know. There's a fan motor, the ceiling fan motor, that's just a fan motor. There was a big box of circuit boards there, so they're in here in the cot. It's boards like these that I'll only pull a little bit of stuff off and the rest can go in for scrap metal. So in here now, I've stripped out those, there's two PCs there. That one down there, he's full of steel. Oh, you know, he's full of. So, all those plugs, all the ends, cut off. Cut all the plugs off, right? I am not joking, I cut them all. Every single last one of them. And there was tons. I mean, this PC down here, he's probably got the main, see, that, there. I mean, if I wanted to, these things are probably, yep, got copper on them. I just haven't got the time. I haven't got the time to deal with them at the moment. If I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. It goes to scrap. Right, several plugs. See how I just get the angle grinder, zip, 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 zip. The angle grinder gets me too occasionally. So that circuit board, I don't want it. As you can see, I've cut stuff off it. I'd say that would have been extruded aluminium Hastings or some form of copper. You know, all wires off the back of there. I mean, no kidding, this cot was absolutely full of copper wire, especially this side. So now, right, what I'm doing, that pile of circuit boards, the pile of I'll sort you out later business. So that is just tin there. We'll stand back. There's some more extruded aluminium. it's like one of those curtain rail things. I've got to take that out because there's a bit of crap in there they don't want. You know, a bit of steel that they don't want in there. I'll clean that right out of there, get all that plastic and all that out of there. There's a nice thick piece of steel, heavy HMS. So yeah, do you remember this? I mean, it was piled right out to, I don't know, here somewhere, like where my foot is, wide, and nearly all the way along the cot area. That was a hell of a lot of wire to be dealing with. And I dealt with it on, you know, pretty good time too. So, you know, look, all these have been cut off, you know. That's a nice chunk of brass there, so I have to undo that nut. Just haven't done it yet. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of brass in those connections there, but you know, it's time consuming to try and get them out. Is it worth it at the end of the day, or will I just get the weight and scrap? I'll probably just get the weight and scrap. I don't really want to do that. You know, that's a nice chunk of brass. I'll probably get him out, but the rest I probably won't worry about, you know. So they've got all their wires cut off. Cut all the wires off of that. They have no idea what worked and what doesn't work because it has been sitting out here in the rain and then sun and then, you know, back and forwards. So, right, so that's that area done. Then I don't think I ever did take us down here. I did take you over to there where that barbecue is set up. Take you down here, give you a look. Right, so that's why that wheelbarrow's set up there. Over there, right, can you see them all the way through the leaves? Those heavy fridge motors. Wheelbarrow them up, wheelbarrow after wheelbarrow after wheelbarrow, you know, like that, heavy steel. Right, so I'll start getting this up, and you know that other area up there behind my trailer, all cleaned out. I'm not kidding you. I had heaps of these here. This was some sort of long tower that I cut up. Got a lot of pipe there that I've cut up. It's all heavy steel. This is all heavy steel still. I mean, it's a lot of heavy steel still there. But I took 2.5 ton in the other day. That's no bullshit. Man, another bloke, but the other bloke did not drive, unfortunately. So yeah, yours truly had to. Yeah, I know, probably not the best move, but I also know that I am not epileptic. There's no way known. Absolutely not. I'm not a qualified doctor, but I do know my own body, if you know what I mean. And I have viewed people that does have epilepsy and stuff like that. I think the doctor said you can have a one-off seizure, and I think that's what's happened. So there's more heavy steel. Put him up there. That big old sewing machine there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 there. They're all got to be pulled down. So I took me cast aluminium thingos in as well, and a lot of that bin of cast aluminium up there, and another bin. All that extruded aluminium I had up beside the fence. So that was a couple of days ago. $1,200 later for all that. Not bad. Certainly got a lot paid off. Looking a bit better. So yeah, oh yeah, it's still a mess. There's still a lot to go. About 2.5 tonne of scrap metal, as well as LE. I think there was 100 kilo of extruded aluminium, so another 100 kilo of the cast, so 2.7 tonnes all up of scrap metal. I still have all my good stuff, the copper and all that. You can still got all my stainless steel stuff, bikes. That's one area cleaned up, so now I'm putting stuff like this was all just hanging over there, if you remember, over the end of the cot. It was just hanging there in one big long sheet. View the video, you'll see it there. Either the last video or the video before, one of those two will have it there. So I've got extruded on there. Inside these have got those things on the step. I can show you them in a minute. I don't know what they're actually called, but yeah. So here, only got one piece in there at the moment, so that was my cast bin cleaned out. I did have a couple of mowers there sitting there, already completely stripped down. I've got to do that. They all got sold the other day, so yeah, still a lot. But today, I should have picked it up a few days ago, but today I had a pickup. So if you can see, right, these house those big brown water bottles that go on those things. They're water coolers, stuff that you'll see in doctor's surgeries and a lot of other places, right? They're all called water coolers. Some of them could be the hot water one. I'm not sure if they've got the hot water one in there, but mostly water coolers. They house those big brown bottles. Right, this rack here is actually broken. So, you know, so it's broken there, it's actually bent down. So I had that to pick up, that little bit of steel there, at 1, 2, 3, 4 water coolers. Pulled one down yesterday actually. There's the motor. I've still got to cut the top of that motor off and get the copper out. So I've cleaned up the step a little bit more, and then 2 days ago, after the big load to the scrap joint, so the scrap joint was what, last Friday, I think, Friday. It was before the start of this month. Yeah. So the other person that came with me, that obviously did not drive, God, I don't remember that damage being there. I have to go out the front and have a look if there's any damage out there. Geez, I hope not. I can't afford to pay out. So yeah, the other day, it's been on my car all day yesterday, on my trailer all day yesterday, and I picked it up the day before that. So this Ford here, the deal was the other person, he helped me load my trailer, and we were supposed to bring the car back from Melbourne that day, but so the 30th of last month, or the 31st, no, 30th, because the 31st, which I still had another day because the prices went down apparently. So the 30th of last month, This car was supposed to come back on the trailer straight after the scrap joint, but the bloke mucked him around where the car was at because it was at a towing place. So both parties weren't on board at the same time with all that, so we went back down yesterday, not the day before, so about 3 days ago. We went down and picked this back up, so my deal's done. He helped me, I helped him. I thought he was going to drive, but he didn't. So, do you remember all that sort of stuff that was over near that fence over there? I'll show you in a minute. There was a white one as well. All those motors. Do you remember all them just there? All that as well as half of that stuff down that backyard. So all gone. I'm starting to pile it back up there again now. But you couldn't walk out. This was really wide, really high with stuff. You'd have to check out the videos. Right, all along there. All over in that area there. There was all those black pots and electric motors and stuff, you know. Oh my god, that was 2.5 ton of scrap, and it still doesn't look like I've really done much, does it? You know, so shit. Still there, you know, heavy steel. We didn't take. You know, it's gonna take a while. I don't know how long, but that's what I mean. At one point I might get sick of micro scrapping and just start dealing with, right, I'll take that bit of brass, I'll take that bit of copper, and I won't micro scrap, but we'll see, right? Had a lot of stuff there. Remember that bike frame I had up there, the big black bike frame, and the other motorbike frame I had here? Gone. Right, so I'm hoping that he comes and gets this car today. He's got to get a key cut for it. He didn't have a key cut for it, right? And my god, you should have seen, right, how we had to get this car into the yard. Shit. Onto the trailer, I mean. See how the wheels turn like that? He's got no key. That is locked up like that. So we had to go back and forwards with moving. Jacked up the arse end, pulled it around quite a few times until it went onto the trailer right up here to about here, right? Then put big jack underneath the front of it, jacked it up, then my winch cable pulled it right up, because that took the wheels off the ground then, the front wheels. Pulled the wheels right up until we had enough room to get the jack out, which it wasn't my jack, but a big jack like that one up there. Yeah. So yeah, we used a jack like that at the at that place. So I had to change the tyre on the 4-wheel drive because that was always going flat on me. Yeah. So it was all the extruded aluminium down along here. You can see where it's been laying. Sorry, just my son. Right, so yeah, there was a lot of extruded aluminium just sitting on the ground there. You can see where it was sitting pretty much all down here, and then there was all that stuff that was on that fence down there all gone. But look at it, still heavy, still there. Although I'll probably be using that. So yeah, so I've got to get all this over there, like over there, that blue stuff, I've got to get it over there. So probably behind this fence thing, I'll get it behind there, and I'll just, that way I can start straightening up this area. And yeah, so getting these water cools are very important to me, because that was that big farm property pickup, right, that I've got on my thing. You know, you've seen it. So the big farm property pickup is this person with the water cools. So it was a must. I had to go and get these, right? And you know, work still work. You know, you still got to press on at the end of the day, right? Anyway, I went down there, I got that, come back, no drama. You know, if I've got to go to the doctors and stuff, I've got to go. There ain't no two buts about it. I've got to go. I don't catch buses. I'm not used to catching buses. I ain't catching buses because, yeah, I don't think it's epilepsy. I think I've had a hypo to do with diabetics, because I'm type 1. But now, so I always carry my tester, so that's my tester there in my pocket. Right, I always carry that with me. Before just for a peace of mind, before I even jump in the car, right, and go anywhere, I always test myself, and I always make sure I'm nowhere near 5, because when I'm near 5 I start dropping. And I won't let, if it is to do with the diabetics, right, and I'm pretty sure it is. I had the MRI yesterday, I've had all the tests done. There's nothing more they can do except for the it takes 2 weeks for the test to get to the doctors, and I must complete 6 months with the stupid roads place, right? But I've been done twice by the cops. Oh yeah, they are getting me. But yeah, anyway, I gotta go and help my son out. So I've got Iron Ellie. Oh look, I've got heaps to do, you know. I gotta go. I gotta get going. Catch us all later. Thanks for stopping in and viewing my videos, and I'll see what I can get done in the next week or so and show you some more. But you won't see these 4. Those 4 will be done within the next day or 2, depending on rain, of course. They will be done. Like, oh, that's what I was going to show you.